The Dallas Cowboys may have had a day off, but the headlines didn't take a break. There's a lot happening in Oxnard injuries, roster shifts, and the emergence of a few unexpected names in training camp. With the month of July winding down, we're just a few subscribers away from reaching our milestone of 1,000 this month. If you're a Cowboys fan, this is your moment to join the ride. Hit that subscribe button for non-stop Cowboys news, insight, and updates. Now let's dive into today's developments, and believe me, there's a lot to unpack. Let's start with the biggest storyline of the day, the Cowboys' plan without rookie offensive tackle Tyler Guyton. The promising second-rounder suffered a knee injury that, thankfully, wasn't as severe as it could have been, but he's expected to miss 4 to 6 weeks. That timeline keeps him in play for the regular season, but for now, Dallas needs a new left tackle, and today's practice revealed who's at the top of the list. That man is Nathan Thomas. Yes, Nathan Thomas, last year's 7th round pick out of Louisiana. He took all the first-team reps at left tackle in Guyton's absence. That's significant. While Awesome Richards may still be in the rotation, it's clear the Cowboys are leaning toward Thomas to carry the load at left tackle during Guyton's recovery. What makes this even more compelling is that offensive coordinator Brian Schottenheimer had already been praising Thomas before Guyton went down. That's not an after-the-fact endorsement. That's trust. The new staff had already started building. Thomas spent most of last season on injured reserve. At the time, many believed that was a classic IR stash move. He showed enough promise to keep around, but there just wasn't room for him on the active roster. Now, he's not only healthy, but he's elevated himself above Richards on the depth chart, at least in the eyes of this coaching staff. That's no small feat. While Richards was projected as the swing tackle by many, the fact that he didn't immediately slide into the starting left tackle role when Guyton went down raises real questions. You can't be labeled the swing tackle if you're not the first man up when a tackle goes down. Could Richards still earn a role? Sure. He may wind up as the 6th offensive lineman or rotate in jumbo packages. But right now, Nathan Thomas appears to have the lead in this competition, and how both players perform in the preseason will carry significant weight. With Tyler Smith staying locked in at left guard, especially since the injury to Guyton isn't season-ending, the Cowboys are showing a strong commitment to maintaining chemistry and continuity along the interior. Speaking of Tyler Smith, it's worth noting that the team isn't even entertaining the idea of moving him out to tackle despite his experience there. Why? Because he's becoming a dominant force at left guard. Unless a catastrophic season-ending injury forces their hand, it's clear the coaching staff wants him to stay put and keep building in that role. Smith has the potential to be a Pro Bowl player at guard in Dallas, doesn't want to disrupt that progress. The injuries, unfortunately, keep piling up. Let's run through the growing list from training camp. Hakeem Adeniji is the latest addition. As of now, the details of his injury are unclear, but he wasn't wearing a helmet at today's practice. That's typically not a great sign. He had been getting some first-team reps at right tackle when Terrence Steele missed a few days with a high ankle sprain, which, frankly, might not have been as severe as first feared because Steele is already back. So, silver lining there. With Adeniji sidelined, rookie Johnny Cornelius stepped in at right tackle. But that didn't last long. He got kicked out of practice after throwing a punch during a fight. Schottenheimer was furious about the constant fighting, and as punishment, the entire team had to run extra after practice. Classic training camp consequences, but also a sign the coaches are fed up with the lack of discipline. More bad news, Robert Jones is out 2 to 3 months with a neck issue and will start the year on IR. Matt Waletzko has a leg injury and had mostly been working at guard, not likely to make the final 53. Rookie CB Kylan Carson and Tyler Guyton are both dealing with knee injuries and are expected to miss 4 to 6 weeks. The hope is they'll be back by week 1, but missing developmental reps in camp hurts them long term. Paris Campbell is dealing with an MCL sprain. Deuce Vaughn has a hamstring issue, and defensive back Wanya Thomas has a lower body injury. Add Brevin Spanford to the list. As well, he's expected to miss multiple weeks with an ankle injury. The injuries aren't necessarily devastating, but they are stacking up. And this camp has been noticeably more physical than in recent years under Mike McCarthy. That may explain why today's practice was in shells, less contact, more recovery. It's a tough balance. You want to build toughness, but the cost is attrition. Let's shift gears now to something that's really bothering a lot of Cowboys fans. Stephen Jones can't seem to help himself. He's once again taking public jabs at Trevon Diggs. The latest quote? That Diggs would be further along in his ACL rehab if he had done it at the team facility. Diggs clearly didn't appreciate that. He responded on Twitter with a simple cap emoji. That says it all. This kind of comment from the front office is just unnecessary. Whether or not the Cowboys believe Diggs should have rehabbed in-house, why say it publicly? Why keep fueling this tension? The comparison to the Amari Cooper situation is valid. It's déjà vu. You don't publicly question a star player's commitment and then expect the locker room to rally around you. You're not encouraging compliance. You're eroding trust. If the Cowboys plan to move on from Diggs, this isn't the way to boost his trade value. If anything, they're tanking it. The rest of the league watches this and says, why would we trade for a guy whose own team is publicly questioning his health? This is just bad management, plain and simple. It feels like we're watching a slow-motion divorce between Diggs and the Jones family. And no one's being subtle about it. It's awkward, toxic, and entirely avoidable. But let's finally end on a positive note. Jaydon Blue. The second-year back is starting to gain real momentum in Oxnard. Today, he earned his first team reps with the offense, and it was no fluke. According to Schottenheimer, Blue struggled early in the spring to pick up the playbook, but something has clicked. Now, he's showing flashes of explosiveness in both the run and pass game. And finally, every training camp seems to bring an undrafted darling at wide receiver. This year, it might be Tylan Horton. He's made a pair of impressive touchdown grabs, including a slick one-handed catch. Sure, it might have been a sack in a real game, but let's not ruin the highlight. The road to making the 53-man roster is steep, especially with so many bodies ahead of him, but he's doing what he needs to do: make noise, stay consistent, and put great plays on film. Practice squad could be in his future, and if he keeps trending upward, who knows what 2026 holds. There's no shortage of drama, injuries, and emerging talent in this Cowboys training camp. And we'll be here to break it all down every day. So, if you haven't subscribed yet, do it now. The season is just getting started, and this ride is only going to get wilder.